Seve, when you were a youngster at home in Spain, had you any idea that you would one day become a world star golfer?
No, well, when I started playing golf, I just enjoy myself, and all my ambition was to be a golf professional and to be a great champion. But talking honestly, I never thought I can get so high so quick.
To me, Seve Ballesteros is more gifted than anyone I've ever seen. I don't think he's the best player in the world today, but I think he could well become so. He has the most marvellous short game, inspirational, yes, and if he gets going, he expects to hold everything.
Who had the most significant part to play in influencing your golf, the way, for example, that you play golf?
Well, I used to be very close with my brother Manuel, and he told me many tips, and I think his swing and my swing are quite close, and I think he was the one who put me on the track.
It's probably a long way back now, but can you remember your first set of golf clubs?
Yes, the first club I had was a 5-iron, which was given me by the one member of the golf club, and the full set was was from my brother Manuel. He started playing in 1967 on the tour, so he got some contracts, and he gave me a golf bag and a new set of clubs, and I was very proud.
But at the same time, Seve, golf in Spain is not as big as it is in other countries, and at your time, I wonder if you thought that perhaps it might have been better to have been a star as a footballer, perhaps, rather than as a golfer.
Yeah, well, football in Spain is everything. You know, take all the attention. We have about 20,000 people playing golf in Spain, and it's not very big, and really not many people know me in Spain, because golf is not for them. The people think it's very exclusive and exclusive. How you say that?
Exclusive, yes.
Exclusive, and it's not very important, the game, you know. So, for example, when I won the World Cup, they think the World Cup is much more bigger than the British Open and the Masters. So you must.
And you and Manuel won in America.
Yeah, that's true. So they thought, you know, we was the world champions, you know, but that's not true. So I think they really don't understand the game very much. Very few people understand the game.
Does it disappoint you a little that your achievements are not more?
It's a little sad to see that, because the people don't recognize how much you do for the country, and how much you work. You know, they don't recognize what I've been doing. You know?
Yes, yes. At what point in your career did you begin to feel that you could be a champion?
Well, when I finished second to Johnny Miller in 1976, at that time I believe in myself. I can be a good champion.
When he finished second to Johnny Miller, he was a boy of 17, 18. His golf swing was far too much up and underneath. I believe that's where he gets his back trouble from. Now, when you get the body lifting so much here and so much there, the body stops, the club is open one split second and dead flows the next, which is why he hit it all over the course. But even at that, and I remember his last round of 73, if I'd have been in the same places that he was, I reckon I wouldn't have broken 90. Now, of course, since those days, he's won tournaments all over the world, and he'll go on winning. He's working, interestingly, he's now working on retaining the upright arc, but getting the body out of the way.
Apart from the early training from Manuel, have you had much coaching and much instruction?
No, not really. Most of the time, since I started play as a professional in 1974, I do, and I work on my swing myself. Very few times the people tell me things, very few. I always believe on myself, and I always think it's better don't hear too many things on this game, because the more things that people tell you, the more confuse your mind. So you need to have a fresh mind. That's very important. If you have many people telling you you must go inside, outside, you know, many things. If they put many things in your mind, that will make you very confusing, and I don't believe in that very much. So that is why I work on my own most of the time.
Severiano Ballesteros was born on the 9th of April 1957, and when he won the British Open Championship at Royal Lytham St Anne's in 1979, he became the first continental golfer to win that famous crown since Arnaud Massy of France triumphed at Hoylake in 1907. And when he donned the coveted green jacket at Augusta in the spring of 1980, he became only the second overseas player to win the United States Masters. Ballesteros, who played in the history-making British, Irish and European Ryder Cup side of 1979, was one of the most powerful players in the world, and certainly one of the most successful. Yet, ironically, and one suspects to his great personal disappointment, he is more widely known outside Spain than in the land of his birth. Did professional golf, the world of professional golf, was it the way you thought it would be when you joined the tour and became a professional? You looked at these stars and said, I would like to be with them. What was it like when you made the step?
Well, you always think, you know, it's a big change, you know. When you start playing, you know, nobody follow you, nobody are in your shoulders, you know. There's no pressure at all. It's very quite easy, you know. But when you are a star and you have to go to the cocktail parties and dinners and press interviews and you know, exhibitions and appearance stories, and it's very difficult because you have so many people follow you, and you have so many people looking all your movements.
Yes, all your movements. Yes.
Movements, and that makes you a little tired and a little nervous, and it's quite hard.
Yes.
I think very hard, I would say.
It's a very difficult equation, a very difficult sum to get right. But I often wonder if professional golfers, like yourself, sometimes almost resent the things that they have to do. I know, for example, everyone says to you, could I have a few minutes of your time? Can I have 5 minutes?
I notice the people don't realize how much we have very little time for ourselves, you know, for the stars, you know, and the people never think. They want time, you know. Many people want your time, and that is very difficult, you know. And when you say to somebody, well, I'm sorry, but I have another plans on those things, they really don't take too good. They don't like that, but they must understand. The people must understand. We have very few time free, you know.
Yes.
And we must be a little, how you say,
withdrawn.
Yeah, yeah. That way you lost all your personality and everything, and that's it, you know. You must be a little back, how you say.
Yeah, stand back from them a little.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you enjoyed, in fact, being a superstar in the world of golf and the excitement and the adulation of the crowd? Do you enjoy that part of golf?
It's nice to have the people with you and pulling for you, but sometimes it's a little, makes you a little tight, you know. Because golf, I believe, is the only game where the people are so close to you, you know. You wake up, you walk to the practice, they follow you, you know, 2 yards from you, and you have to sign. And you come back, you have to sign. You in the putting green, the people all close. On the fairways, they close. On the green, they close. And no other sport are at this end, you know. All the other sports are more, the people more away from you. In golf, is the only sport where the people are always on your shoulder, you know, and that's a lot of pressure. You have to be there to understand what I say. You know, it's very difficult to understand.
Yes, I've observed you, as we all have, and as I said to you a moment ago, everybody seems to want a few minutes of your time.
Yeah.
And I suppose there could be days, if you did it all, when you wouldn't hit a golf shot at all.
Sure, you know.
It could be that way.
Oh yeah, it could be that way. If you give the time to everybody, it's no time to practice. And no time to rest.
Yes. Have you enjoyed being a star so far? Your career is by no means over, and I want to talk a bit more about it, but have you enjoyed that part of it?
I like to play golf tournaments and you know, make record, to put my name in the books, you know. But I don't like to traveling and those things, you know. It's very hard for me, especially the people. Very few people understand how hard it is for me, because I play 28 tournaments per year, and 26 are outside my country. And I have to speak another language, not my own language, which I miss a lot. And different food, everything is different, you know. For example, for a Gary player, he's an international player, you know, but he speaks his own language, and for him everything looks more familiar. For me, it's not. It's a little bit more hard, I think.
But at the same time, Seve, how well do you remember your first important victory?
Oh, I will never forget. I think that was the Dutch Open, 1976, and that year I finished second at the Open. I finished third in the Scandinavian. I finished third in Germany. I finished third in Swiss. And I told my caddy, we will win the tournament, you know. So the week after, we go to Dutch, and I won the tournament by 8 shots.
Yes.
I have a very nice feeling about that, you know.
Yes.
The first victory is always to remember. I don't think I will forget that.
At the moment, Seve, you seem quite happy and relaxed and smiling. But when you're subject to pressure, when pressure gets to you, whether it's the spectators or being in a scoring position or a position to win, how does that pressure affect you when you're on the course? What do you feel about pressure?
Well, the pressure, you know, when I play golf tournaments, I don't feel much pressure when I have the confidence on the game and when I have the concentration. When the pressure is coming when you don't believe in yourself and when you don't have the confidence on the game and when your concentration is not so good.
Yes.
There is when you have a big pressure and everything bothers you and you know, and you feel a little exciting and you know, there's the pressure.
That's one of the great puzzles, one of the big mysteries about golf, that one day you can hit the ball off the middle of the club and play beautifully, and the next day with the same clubs you can be a different person.
Yeah, you know, it all depends sometimes how you sleep, how you feel physically, and sometimes you talk with somebody and you have how you say, argument,
yes.
Or something is wrong and that makes you play bad sometimes.
Or you listen to someone who gets you doing something different.
Somebody talk to you and you lost in concentration, and that is why the golf is different than any other sport. You know?
One of your greatest triumphs, indeed, probably your greatest triumphs, was your first. I say first because I think you've more to come. British Open Championship victories.
Yeah. Well,
it was a remarkable day, the last day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was very funny the way I won the Open. I don't think anybody else wins the way I won. You know, I go everywhere. I was all over the place on the course, and still I won. So that means I was very hungry to win the Open, and that was my ambition. You know, and you have to be hungry to take the thing you want, you know. So my ambition was to win the Open, and probably even if I don't hit the ball well, makes me the ambition, how you say,
the desire to win.
Yeah, the determination, you know, makes you win sometimes.
Some people suggested that your win was maybe lucky, or that you should have been down the middle and on the green. In the car park, and did this disappoint you that some people said that?
Well, most of the people say that is because they are jealous, you know, and jealous is very bad on this life, you know. There's many jealous, and I think everybody says that is because they are jealous.
Yes,
that's it, you know. I think I won the Open because I played to win, and I put my heart there, and I played with the heart, and you know.
44th Masters, particularly when Ballesteros started out birdieing 1, 3, and 5 to get to 16 under. Then the big story was, would he break the record of 17 under? And suddenly, by the time he got through the 13th hole, it was, can he win it? That has just about been decided in capital letters. Severiano Ballesteros.
I was practicing 3 months for that tournament, just for that tournament.
Really?
And really wasn't a big surprise for me that I expect, if I talking honestly, I expect to win the Masters.
And yet there was a time during that last round when it looked as if something was going wrong. What in fact happened on that back nine that day?
Well, it's very simple. You know, I was 3 putts on the 10th, which is can happen to anybody, and I blocked my shot on the 12th and put in the water. I make double bogey. 13th, I hit a good driver, and I hit it a little behind, and I put in the water again, and I make bogey. I make 6, and on the 14th, I hooked my driver. And, you know, it was so quick. He lost 7 shots in 3 holes, you know?
Yes.
And really I was thinking, oh, what happened? You know, something was wrong. Just I was so confident and I was so comfortable, and something makes me change. Maybe, I don't think it was a pressure, because when you are 10 shots in front, you don't have any pressure. The pressure is coming when you are 1 shot in front or 1 shot behind. But when you are 10 shots in front like I was, really talking honestly, I wasn't under pressure there. Just something I cannot explain, you know, just like that, 7 shots, you know. And I was thinking, well, what are you doing? You're stupid. Maybe you are going to lose the tournament. You must be careful, you know. And then I hit a good shot on the 14th for the second shot, and then I hit another great shot on the 15th, and. After I put the ball between Jack Newton ball and the pen position, yes, I was feeling I was the winner there.
Yes, always nice to win in America.
Oh yeah, it was very special, because the American people think they the best, and they think they are much better, and they think we cannot win over there. So without having the car and without playing the States, I won 2 tournaments already there, and I think it's a good record, and I expect to win a little bit more there.
When you actually get some time to yourself and a moment to relax, what do you like to do best of all?
What I like to do, I don't like to see anybody. I like to stay alone. I like to read a little bit. I like to hear music, listen to the music, and I like to sleep, and I like to go to the beach, and I like to walk by myself, just walk, and stay away from the people.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
Slow music, how you say?
Easy listening?
Yeah, slow music makes me more relaxed, you know. Like rock and those things makes you very exciting, you know. I think it's better to hear slow music. It's very important.
That suggests that in many ways you would like to be more of a private person than you are.
Oh yeah. My problem now is everywhere I go, the people always look at me, you know, and that makes me a little nervous and uncomfortable, you know. I like to go somewhere, any place, and I don't like to see the people recognize me. I just want to go be there and as another person, just, you know. But the people come to you and never leave you alone, and that's very difficult.
Seve, how important is the family life at home to you?
Well, it's very important. You know, if you don't have a family, if you're by yourself, is no reason to probably to live. You know, you need some friends, and that's very important. Friends and family, very important.
Yes, you like to go home, in other words, to the family.
Oh yeah. I think it's very important. If you don't have if you don't have family and you don't have friends, you're dead. You know.
Yes. And I suspect that your success has changed their lives a bit too.
No, they the same. Maybe no, it's the same. Exactly the same as before, I think.
Yeah. Does that please you?
Well, the only thing is changed. Life for them is a little bit more relaxed and more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, they, how you say, before it was a little hard. They worked very hard, and now they don't have to work as much as before. They're more comfortable, and that is the only thing that changed for them. But apart from that, they are always the same.
A lot of golfers say that professional golfers are judged by the impact they make in America. And I wondered if you had thought about committing yourself totally at one stage in your career to playing in the United States all the time.
That will be very difficult, but you never know. I will play a little bit more next year, maybe 8 to 10 tournaments. And it's a little bit difficult for me, but I will play more next year. And I like to play there, but it's very difficult because it's very far from home, you know. It's like for me, I have to go to the Far East sometimes, and the more far away you are from home, the more you miss your home, you know. For example, when I play in United Kingdom, I feel more comfortable because if something happens, I can take the plane in 1 hour and a half. I can be in home. But in the States, it looks like it's another world.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Today, you've been smiling and happy and relaxed, but sometimes on a golf course people say, oh, there's Seve, he doesn't look very happy today, and he's not in a good humour. That often happens. People write it in the papers, and sometimes people make comments about that, and I wonder if some of that is fair, how you feel about that.
Well, yeah, when the people think that is fair, I cannot be happy every time, you know. You be happy when you feel comfortable and when you feel healthy and when the things are going good for you. But you cannot be happy when you have, for example, bad back and you have trouble on your leg or bad hand or headache or you play very bad and or everything is wrong for you. There's no way to be very happy. So.
You make it sound terrible.
Sure. So that is why sometimes me and like everybody else, they don't look very happy on the course. That's part of the life, I think. You cannot be happy. I don't know anybody who is happy every time. You know somebody?
Yes, who's happy every day. No, I don't know very many people either.
I don't know anything.
He's a very strong character. People can't push him around. He's an awfully nice boy. Could win 10 major events in the next 10 years, but of course he'll need a bit of luck. They all do to win those big ones.
There is a story which I've read that you loved your Augusta jacket, your green jacket, so much that you sometimes wore it at home.
Yeah, it's in home, and I put it sometimes to show the people. And when they come and say, well, this is the trophy I won in Augusta, and I put the jacket and I say, how it looks? It looks all right? I say, yes, very good.
How would you like to be remembered as a professional golfer? You know, we look back now on the Sneeds and the Hogans and the Sandersons, and they say, oh, he was great because. How would you like people to think of you?
Well, I would like to see people think of me. I was a good person. I was a gentleman, and I was a very exciting player.